we're trying to do here is wire a three-way switch here. So what it means is a three-way switch. If I turn this on, I can go over there down the hallway before I leave the house and turn the lights off. So one light is controlled, or a couple lights, or whatever circuit of lights is controlled by two different switches. Okay, so as I was wiring it, I forgot to label which one's which is power coming in or whatever it is. So now we're gonna test to see which one of these wires are live. Okay, so I've gone and turned on the breaker so that there's power running through these wires. I just gotta figure out which one is the power coming in, because as you can tell, there's a whole bunch of wires here. One set of wires, so this 14-3 wire, okay, so this red, black, and white, they actually go over to the other switch. All right, so this switch connects with these three wires, connect with the other switch. One of these black, or one of these, what do you call it, live and neutral wires would connect to the light, and then there's another set of wires which I'm using it to power another receptacle. Okay, so lots of wires going on here. The question is, which one is live? So using this tool to test which one it is. Okay, so is it this one or is it this one? By testing it, it looks like this far one here is going to be the live wire. So I put it aside. I know that's the live wire coming in. I'm going to go and flip the switch off now. Okay, so now that I turned off the power, let's test it. Oops. Yep. That means these wires here are now not powered. So I'm going to move this switch out of the way. I'm going to start my wiring. First, what I'm going to do is tie together all the neutrals. Next, my live wire here needs to be grouped together with my receptacle, my separate receptacle plug, so that receptacle will get power regardless of whether this switch is on or not. So I'm going to tie those together first, and then we'll continue. So I put together the receptacle wire and the power wire. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the switch. So in the three-way switch, there's an additional nut right here, which is the black screw we have here. So this is where the live power goes into. Next, the red wire will go here. Okay, so it should be good to go here. Next, we'll go see the other switch to be installed. Let's go over here. Same idea. We're going to group all the white wires together first. Now switch it off again. Let's double check. Yep, power's off. We're good to get started. Okay, so I'm running into a problem where I can't turn on the light with the other switch unless this switch is on. And the reason for that is because I made a mistake. I switched the wire. So the light, the line that goes to the light should be at the little nut there, the black one, and then the black screw, and then the 14-3 wire should be attached to this screw and the screw on this side. I think that's what's messing me up. The lights are currently off, so it's kind of hard to see, but the flash is on. So what I'm doing here is installing the first receptacle in a bathroom circuit. So this is a GFCI receptacle, so it's gonna be the first plug that we're gonna run. Okay, so wire comes out of the box here. This one here is the live power coming in, and this is the load, which is going to carry on over to the light, to the fan, to whatever it is. Okay, so what I did was I turned the breaker on, and using this tool here, I was able to test to see if it's live or not and which one has power. So when I did the test, this one had the power, so I know this is where the power is going to come from. So it's the power coming in. What it says on the instructions of this little label here, it tells you that the power goes in through up here and the load comes out of here. So that means I'm going to connect these right wires to these top screws here, the gold being meaning the live wire, and then the neutral would be the white one, or the silver. Okay, so I'm gonna connect these two wires from up here, connect those two wires down here, and then I'm good to go. I've connected the fuse panel and I've flipped the breaker, so this is currently on, but there's still no green light here. How it's designed is you have to press the reset button, and then if you can see here, the green light is back on, so that means that this is now working. Turn it back off, there you go. All right, so what I've done is I've switched on the fuse, so this should be live, right? So you press this, go to it, okay, something's going on, which is great, but the light's still not on. Okay, it's not fully working yet. So if you had connected the load to a light or something, it's not going to work yet. What you have to do is press the test or reset button, one of these. There you go. Oh, so it's a red light, probably because the load's not connected yet. Let's redo this, and this should work. Test is to make sure it's grounded properly, everything's done properly. I'll plug this in and see what happens. Gosh, it's a little harder than I thought. Let's do this test here. Let's plug this in. Only the middle one is on, meaning we have an open ground. So there's a ground issue here. So let me try and fix that. So now let's try it again. So clearly it's on because the lights are on within the same circuit. So let's plug this in and see what happens. Boom, back to normal. So these two lights, meaning it's correct. So the you can't see it, but it tells you right here what light is on and what it means. So before we had an open ground, because obviously it was a rookie mistake, I didn't realize there was a grounding bolt right here. So once I grounded it, tested it, now it's good to go. So this is the bathroom receptacle. Green light is on. The wire is going to be coming out and carrying the load from this switch here. So there's going to be a fan switch and then the light switch. Now I've turned the breaker on. That receptacle over there is powered, so that means this is powered. Now I'm gonna figure out which one of these are the wire that has the live power going through. So not this, not this, not this, but this. So now I know that this is the one that it's gonna supply power to this box here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn this off, and then I'm gonna make sure there's no power coming to here. Nope, it's safe now, so I can work on this. To be even safer, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off the actual breaker over there at the panel, so to make sure I don't get electrocuted. So this wire here is gonna power all of the wires that are in this box, and I'm gonna wire the switches and show you how to do it. So we have a few black wires here. Okay, so the power wire, so this is one that's where the power is coming in. This is going to the fan, this one here is going to the lights, and this one here is going to a different circuit. Okay, so this is the switch we're going to be using. You have the ground bolt there, then you have, so this is the top, this is the bottom, it says right there. Here is going to be where the power comes in. Okay, so there's 3 different lines that I have to run power to. There's one power line coming in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make sure that they all have power at their own specific times. Okay, so let's trim these here. So I'm tying in 4 of these wires. Okay, 2 of them existing, 1 of them new. 2 of them new. Okay, make sure it's nice and tight. Now, these 2 new ones, what it means is the power that's coming in is now powering all the wires that are here, okay? So now, these 2 can now power the 2 switches we're planning to turn on. So on this side, the power will come in, and it'll connect with the power over to the fan, and this will connect to the power towards the light, all right? So Let's get this done. Okay, now we're good to go. So what I'm gonna do is now wire in the fan, and then I'm gonna wire in the lights. Actually, the fan's already wired in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test it out. You can hear the fan going. It's right up here. So we're good to go. Now we're also gonna test the light. Boom. It's my temporary bulb for now. We're good to go.